Exclusive: Heather Tom on Katie's mission to take down Poppy. Katie, Heather Tom has made it very clear that she does not trust Poppy, Romy Park, one bit. Katie has sensed for some time that something fishy may be going on where Poppy is concerned. And this week on Bold and Beautiful, she becomes more determined than ever to prove it. Heather Tom, Katie, is having a blast playing out her character's new rivalry. It's been so fun, and I've had a really good time working with Romy Park, Poppy, the actress enthuses. I can't wait to see how they develop the women's relationship and where they're going to go with it. I think it's a really fun story, and just fun and juicy and great for Katie to have to deal with. According to Tom, Katie's hackles went up on the Poppy front because it all just felt like it was happening way too fast. It's like, oh, so suddenly, after 20 years, you know that your daughter, Luna, is Bill's daughter, even though you said that she wasn't at first. It just seems very convenient. And then all of a sudden, she's moving in and now she's mistress of the manor. I think it all made Katie go, wait a second, this is a little too soon, too fast. I need to keep my eyes open here and see what's really going on. So if Katie has taken it upon herself to go nosing around in Poppy's business, who can really blame her? Besides, Tom points out, Katie has always been nosy. This is not outside of her character, to put her nose in places where it might not belong. She kind of gets to be like a dog with a bone on certain things, especially if she thinks that there's something threatening her family, and she can't keep a secret to save her life. She is just terrible at keeping secrets, like, don't tell her anything that you don't want the whole world to know. Katie's resolve to uncover what Poppy may be hiding has become more urgent once she began to suspect that Poppy is involved in the recent murders of Tom and Hollis. Observes Tom, I think that once she got that sense, all bets were off, and she was like, okay, I'm doubling down on this. I'm going to see what's actually going on here. She is legitimately scared for Bill. He is part of her family, the father of her child, and if this woman truly has murdered 2 other people and has kind of a shady past, she could be potentially trapping him into a bad situation. As her pursuit continues, expect Katie to hit upon some pivotal intel that will dramatically change the course of the storyline. It will kind of bring things right into view and answer multiple questions for Katie, hints Tom, and make it feel to her like it's imperative that she take action. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Soap Spectrum. I am Emily here. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Keep watching, so let's dive into today's video. The best and worst on B&B, days, GH and Y and R, the week of July 29 August 2. It appears that the long and winding Pikeman story has finally ended, and the payoff is that the show has figured out a way to keep Jack Brennan, played by the charming Charles Major, in the mix. Turns out the smooth-talking Aussie in the orange jumpsuit is actually a WSB honcho who had been working undercover to stop the flow of arms through Port Charles via Pikeman. That indicates he's sticking around, offering lots of possibilities to act as foil to everyone from FBI agent John Cates to mobster Sonny Corinthos. Brennan's also the White Knight who disappeared the RICO charges hanging over Jason and Carly's heads, perhaps because he's crushing on Carly, or is it Anna who he fancies? Sure, the wind-up of the years-long Pikeman story was a bit anticlimactic, but moving forward with their A-listers free and a sexy new lawman on the canvas makes sense. Days of Our Lives, Johnny and Channel stay in Salem. How many loving young couples currently reside in Salem? 1. Johnny and Channel DiMera. They've only been in town a few years, but in that short time, they've survived a breakup, a miscarriage, and the devil, literally. Johnny is a solid legacy character via his parents, E.J. DiMera and Sammy Brady, who is coming home to Salem next year, woohoo, which also makes him the grandson of Stefano DiMera and Marlena/Roman Brady. Channel's mom is Mayor Paulina Price and her stepdad is Abe Carver, arguably the most beloved man in town. So it made no sense a few months ago when Johnny nabbed a directing job in Hollywood and the duo announced they were moving to LA. Enter Abe, who recently bought the rights to a soap opera and needs a good director to bring out the latent talents of some of our less experienced actors. Channel pointed out that the job was right there and Salem and Johnny accepted on the spot, guaranteeing much more screen time for these fun newlyweds. We can thank body and soul for that. Bold and beautiful, Katie busts Poppy. Something has been up with Li's mint-popping sister Poppy. Get portrayer Romy Parks' take on those mints here, ever since she hit LA last fall. Poppy's drugs upended her daughter Luna's life and looked similar to the ones that killed Poppy's ex-lover Tom, so an unlikely person started investigating. Katie. Waiting 20 years for a paternity test was suspicious, so Katie went to Li to ask if the test could be wrong. No. Did Poppy do drugs? She did. Not anymore. Katie turned to RG, who spilled about the mints, and that Poppy has a dark side. Next up was Bill, telling him she got a weird vibe from Poppy and he needed to watch his back. Katie claimed her interest was in protecting her ex-husband and their recently returned son Will, but a streak of jealousy ran through her every time she entered Bill's house and found Poppy there. Her questions escalated to the point where Poppy felt forced to come clean with Bill about her past relationship with Tom, which seemed to finally raise his eyebrow. It would be nice if the police were investigating the Il Giardino murders, but who knew a fashion marketing exec could conduct such a thorough procedural crime drama? Young and restless, Devon and Lily team up. We've written before about how hard it is to keep up with the corporate machinations on Y and R, but a silver lining has emerged from the convoluted Chancellor Winters split. Devon and Lily are back on the same side. Yes, she stayed with the Chancellor end of the business when Devon took Winters for himself, but Victor's warning that he was preparing to go after Chancellor prompted Devon to warn his sister that Chancellor was vulnerable. Lily's response surprised him. She's playing Billy. Turns out she kept that from Devon because she wanted their conflict to look believable. Devon wasn't pleased, but he had to admit it worked. It's unclear how Victor's potential takeover will affect Chancellor, or Abbot Chancellor, as Billy confidently renamed it. But the conceited Abbot Scion should definitely watch his back, because Winters is coming. The worst. My and R's Adam and Chelsea make chumps of their partners. It's been over 6 months of ex-lovers Adam and Chelsea talking about their son Connor's problems, while their partners Sally and Billy showed remarkable interest during discussions about what Connor was eating, etc. So it was a strange day when Adam and Chelsea coped with their son's psychological setback by getting drunk and having sex. They returned to Genoa City with guilt written all over their hungover faces, which Sally and Billy noticed. But rather than come clean, they lied, made their partners feel dumb, and lied again. I'm sorry if I added to your stress. Sally apologized to the cheating Adam, who turned around and hissed to Chelsea. Our secret can never come out. It would be one thing if Adam/Sally and Billy/Chelsea shared conversations about something other than Connor, or shared any love scenes. As it is, the story looks like two terrible people cheating on two supportive ones who actually seem to care about things like Connor eating soup. For Melissa Claire Eakin's take on the story, click here. For Mark Grossman's, click here. Days Nicole leaves Salem. After 26 years of husbands and paternity tests and baby switches and kidnappings, and insert crime here, Nicole finally got her baby back and reunited with the love of her life, Eric Brady. But we won't get to see any of that because the two of them moved to Paris. I've never been more ready, she told Eric. Really? There are 2 teenagers on the show, and one of them belongs to Nicole. Up until a month ago, Nicole was all up in Holly's business, telling her who she could date, what she could wear, and where she could go. It strains credulity that Nicole would now leave Holly behind with Grandma Maggie, and all that talk of how Holly hopes her mother will have a great life made no sense in this day of cell phones, email, WhatsApp, etc. Word has it Eric will bop back to Salem before long. But this looks like a series wrap on Nicole Walker Robbins, Horton Kyriakis, Demera Brady Hernandez Demera. Like sands through the hourglass, the jars of her life are over. Applause, applause. That was an amusing scene on B&B when Steffi forgot her passport and Hope tried to catch her. Steffi closed the elevator door on her. Bon voyage, Steffi, shrugged Hope, knowing her rival would never get on that plane. Kudos to Y&R for having Daniel talk to Lucy about the dangers of underage drinking, since she is the same age Cassie was when his drinking contributed to Cassie's death. Great camera and stunt work on GH when Christina went out that hotel window and into the Metro Court pool. Picky. It doesn't say much for Sharon's training as a therapist on Y&R that she went off her meds on purpose to spark all those hallucinations. B&B's Tom was a homeless man living in an alley, but he had a clean backpack full of stamped letters he had written on nice stationery to Luna. Amidst all the drama surrounding Jude's maternity and paternity on days, just who took the time to procure the baby a passport before Eric and Nicole took him to Paris? Rebecca Budig is Bold and Beautiful's new tailor. In a surprise move, Bold and Beautiful has recast the pivotal role of Taylor Hayes with daytime vet Rebecca Budig, most recently General Hospital's Hayden Barnes. The actress debuted at the tail end of the August 6 episode. In an exclusive interview with People, Budig shared how happy she is at her new soap home, gushing, "I truly get the vibe here, that it's that one in a million group of people that is just collaborative, kind, supportive, and just very welcoming. So I'm excited, really excited." After AMC, Budig's next daytime gig kicked off in 2015 when GH cast her as Hayden. The role was originally slated to be short-term, but Budig inked a contract and remained in Port Charles through 2017. In 2019, she returned for a limited run. Comings and goings. The latest cast changes as of August 5. Emily Orozco, the Access Hollywood correspondent, appears this week to attend the Brooks Bedroom Launch Press Conference in Monte Carlo with Brooke and Ridge on August 5 and 6. Thorsten Kaye previews the overseas action here, and take a look behind the scenes here. Drake Hodgeston, John Black. John has supposedly been in Greece for a couple of months looking to atone for the death of Constantine's daughter, but this week he turns up in a strange location. Annalene McCord, after a brief appearance on a murky recording, the actress finally gets to debut properly this week in scenes with Chad and Jack, who wonder if she could be the supposedly dead Abigail. Colton Little. Kimberly and Shane's oldest child continues to appear in Salem this week. Christopher Scene. Paul also remains in town this week. Hopefully, he will eventually share a reunion with his father. Remington Hoffman. Killer Connie continues to be haunted by one of her victims this week. Madeline Keynes, Holly's frenemy, will be seen again this week. General Hospital. Brian Craig, the two-time Daytime Emmy winner, reprises the role of Sonny and Carly's son this week. Craig spoke exclusively to Soap Opera Digest about his comeback here. Allie Mills, the Pentonville inmate, will be busy with visitors this week. She is first confronted by Trina and later takes daughter-in-law Elizabeth into her confidence. Kin Shriner looked for the actor to cross paths with Alexis and others when trying to help out Ava, Maura West. Hunter Tylo, the show's original tailor, debuted in 1990 and remained with the show through 1994. She returned later that same year, and save for a break in 1996, was a fixture on B&B through 2002. The actress made a guest appearance in 2004 before coming back full-time from 2005 to 13. After that stint ended, she visited again in 2014, 2018, and 2019. The show recast Taylor in 2021 with Krista Allen, best known to daytime fans for her Days of Our Lives, stint as Billy Reed, 1996–99. In 2023, she was taken off contract. The character, a psychiatrist, has many critical connections to the canvas. She is Ridge's ex-wife, Brooke's longtime romantic rival, the mother of Steffi and Thomas, the grandmother of Kelly and Hayes and Douglas, the mother-in-law of Finn, and shares a tortured history with Sheila. But then again, who doesn't? Budig has her own long history in the world of daytime. In 1995, she got her soap start on Guiding Light as Michelle Bauer, and credits daytime legend Kim Zimmer with showing her the ropes. In 2016, she told Soap Opera Digest that Zimmer used to call me her diva in development. "You see how I did this, did? This is what you do." She was so down to earth and so real, and was so kind to me. The actress exited GL in 1998 and was snapped up the following year to create the role of Greenlee Smythe on All My Children. She exited in 2005, returned in 2008, and remained with AMC through its cancellation in 2011. On AMC, her character was frenemies with Alicia Minshew's Kendall, who was married to Zach Slater, played by Kay, so B&B will mark an on-air reunion for the former Pine Valley residents. Young and restless. Lyndon Ashby, the actor, begins his third run on the show now that Sharon has started to hallucinate the man she killed in self-defense. To find out more about it, check out this interview with Case about Ashby's return, and check out what's in store this week here. Lily Brooks O'Brien. Lucy tries to keep up with the older kids this week and gets into a bit of trouble when she drinks at a concert. Raylan caster Nick and Sharon's daughter has to deal with the fallout from going to the concert with Lucy, who drinks alcohol on her watch. Judah Mackey Adaman Chelsea, Melissa Claire Egan, finally bring their son back to Genoa City now that he's in a better place with his OCD treatment. Who's going? Days of Our Lives. Blake Barris. With the mysterious death of the troubled character, it was the end of the road last week for this current stint for Barris. He first joined Days as Nick Fallenbach in 2006. On the day Everett took his last breath, Barris wrote in his Instagram stories, "Rest in peace, Everett," adding, "Au revoir for now. What a great ride. Love my fam at Days." On-screen love interest Abigail Klein talked from the heart about working with Barris here. Alumni report. TV Line reports that Levin Rambin, ex-Lily Montgomery / Eva Benton, All My Children, will be joining Season 3 of Fire Country as Audrey, a former fire camp inmate. TV Insider revealed that KD Strickland is joining Season 13 of Chicago Fire in a recurring role.